So earlier these curves were not there, which document I shared earlier to you. So in this, in the lambda method, the alpha method, we have got a beta method also. So you can see we have got lambda here, we have got alpha here. So these are the methods to find out the coefficients, basically in skin friction resistance. Using these, we can find out the Fs value because Qs is nothing but Fs into As. So we will today solve numerical corresponding to this. Yesterday we have done this particular numerical and we were doing this and this we were just putting the value into this particular equation or a formula to find out the value of safe load in a driven pile in homogeneous consolidated clay deposit. So when we have got the, we want to find out in clay. As soon as clay comes into picture, we will be using CNCAP plus alpha C bar AS. This is going to be the ultimate load carrying capacity formula for clay deposits. And if they are driven, if they are having the driven piles, so if you are going to go do it seriously, you will be remembering the formulas actually. So the C value is given to us into the question. If it is not given in the question, then in that case, we are required to derive it using the formulas. We are already having it. This document I have shared with you today morning, where we have got these value of alpha here, Cu corresponding to the depth, that is length of the pile, and with the variation in which medium it is going to go. So one of the things should be knowing to you, either adhesion factor should be known to you or Cu should be known to, because if both are going to be unknown, it is not possible to evaluate this thing. So if Cu, you are manually calculating and evaluating as we have done last to last numerical. So in that case, finding out the Cu will give you the value of adhesion factor. So putting the value C is given, NC is 9 for driven piles. NC is 9 for piles. This is required to be always remembered. AP, we know it is simply for a circular pi r square is the value. Alpha is 0.7, although it is given to us here, 0.7. Let us check out whether it is possible 40, if it is 40, but firm to stiff clay. So it is LB per foot square. So if it would have been kilonewton per meter square, we require to convert it and then we have to find out if it is 0.75. L is greater than 40B. So what is the B? B is the, let us say diameter is 0.3. 0.3 into 40. That means 12. What is our value? In the question, it is 10 meter. That means it is greater than 40B. We can use this particular curve. So 0.7, it is going to be close to coming down to here. It is between 2500 lb per feet square. So if you are going to convert this unit, it is going to come into this only, 40 kilonewton per meter square, this value. Okay, in that case, again, this C bar is given to C bar and C are one and the same thing unless there is some specification which is not required to be remembered. You can remember that C and C bar are one and the same. Similar as we use Q bar is equal to sigma V bar as overburden stress. So this is the surface area of the pile. Always remember this is area of the pile and this is surface area of the pile. Don't be confused. This is always going to be pi r square and this is always going to be if it is circular, so 2 pi r h, otherwise it is going to be 4 ah if it is a square pile. In this case, if it is a square pile, it is going to be a square. So putting these values, simply we will get the ultimate load, that is 289.37. Remember? Piles we are using, I will make it into the rectangle so that it becomes easy for you to identify. What case we are dealing? The case we are dealing is piles driven in cohesive soils. Simple, piles driven in cohesive soil is the case which we are dealing. So whenever the clay is there into the question and there it is a driven pile, it is going to be this particular formula which we are going to use, and NC9, AP and AS we know. C is going to be given to, or if it is not given, we have to evaluate it based upon the unit weight, and you can also have the depth, finding out the critical depth similar way. A square, the next question is that square concrete pile 30 centimeter side, 10-meter long is driven into coarse sand. Now I will highlight it with line here also. It is a driven pile. It is driven into coarse sand and N value is given to us. So for these case, as we have done earlier, from near of driven piles in sand, the unit tip resistance comes out to be, that is N value is going to be the main thing which is going to decide the point resistance. Whatever we are going to get from SPT resistance, standard penetration test, that uncorrected N value as given into the question is going to define the ultimate bearing tip value. So for driven piles in sand, again I will rectangle it. Earlier we were having driven piles in cohesive soil, but here we are having driven piles in sand. Here we are having driven piles in sand. So QP, that is point bearing resistance, straight away based upon the N value can be find out. It depends upon, actually it again depends upon what is the input, what is the given values are there in the question. अगर हमको N value नहीं दी होती, अगर हमको N value नहीं दी होती, जो उसका standard formula है driven piles in cohesionless soil, that would we have been using. But whether that particular equation has got all the parameters that can be evaluated. अगर सभी कुछ क्वेश्चन में अनसर्टेन होगा, आपको फाइव भी गिवन नहीं है और एक और कोफिशिएंट नहीं गिवन है, तो you cannot find it. So that is why then in that case you have to assume the things. So that is why let us say if you have solved 20 to 50 numericals, you will be able to get the idea that you will be having a flawless hands-on, that which formula is to be used for which condition, which is to be used for board piles, which formula is to be used for cast in situ piles, which formula is to be used in case the penetration test or the load settlement curve condition are to be used to find out the Q allowable ultimate bearing capacity of a pile. Now we have got here that is 40 times N into D upon B. Depth we know we have got here. What is the depth? It is 10 meter is the depth. And B we are having 30 centimeter side, that is 0.3. So point distance, depending upon that, we have got these two factors here. So we will straight away go average unit frictional resistance is related to the average value blow count N bar, which we will take same as this is for board piles. In case we have got low displacement piles, but here we will take same as we are having the N value given here, 20. So we will not shift to board pile because this is not the question on the board pile. This question is on to the driven pile. In the text for your summation, for your help, I have written that what are the conditions which are required to be used in case we have to find out for board piles. So 40 times N into D upon B is equal to N is 20 given into the question. 40 is in the formula and 10 upon 0.3 is the value which we have got from here, which is going to give us this in kilonewton per meter square. Limiting value is of course 400 N. So whichever is less we will be taking. So 400 into N is going to give us 8,000. It is less. So remaining on to the conservative side, अगर हमारी लोड किसी की लोड जो लोड बेयरिंग कैपेसिटी आएगी पाइल की, हम ज्यादा वाली तो नहीं लेंगे, हम कम वाली लेंगे बिकॉज वी हैव टू बी ऑन टू द कंजर्वेटिव साइड. अगर हमने 26,666 वैल्यू ले ली और हमारा लोड आ रहा है क्लोज लेस देन 26,666, लेट अस से 25,000 kilonewton per meter square, it is possible that it may fail because it is over and above the limiting value of 8,000. So always in design we take the conservative value as you can say a factor of safety or something like that. So remaining on to the conservative side we will take the limiting value. अगर हमारी ये value 40 into N D upon B 8,000 से कम आती तो हम वो वैल्यू लेते irrespective of that 8,000 is coming, the limiting value is more than that value. So taking limiting value as final, we will now we will try to find out the skin friction resistance, which we know it is going to 2 into N bar. So in case of N bar also we are going to use N only. That is what I am telling you. So in case average of all the layers, here we have got only single layer. हमारे पास यहाँ पे मल्टीपल लेयर्स नहीं है. जहाँ पे मल्टीपल लेयर्स होती हैं वहां पर हम Q bar, N bar और we have got overburden stress bar dash all those things we use in multiple layers, और ब्रैकेट में जहां ith लेयर लिखा होता है, अगर वो नहीं है, it is driven into a single layer, so in that case we will take a single value. So we are straight away using here 2 n bars, that is 2 into 20 is equal to 40 Newton, 40 kilonewton per meter square, because we know Q ultimate is equal to
पाइल में जो रेजिस्टेंस आएगा प्लस स्किन फ्रिक्शन.
no, Q ultimate is equal to QP into AP plus QS into AS. QP into AP plus QS into AS is a generic formula to find out the Q ultimate. QP into AP, QP क्या पर है, क्या है, पॉइंट बियरिंग रेजिस्टेंस, जो हम अलग अलग मेथड से अलग अलग निकालते हैं डिपेंडिंग अपॉन whether it is driven pile, board pile, cast in situ pile. और QS क्या है, QS is a skin friction resistance depending upon again the type of pile and the installation of the pile. तो QU, that is QU, the U letter जो है that is Q ultimate. So for finding out, as it is written here, we can see it is QP into AP plus QS into FS. That will give us Q ultimate. Now we will just replace the values, because we have not yet find it out AP and AS. So AP is going to be, what is it? Is a square pile. It is a square pile. So its area will be 0.3 square and its surface area will be, what will be the surface area? Perimeter into height. Perimeter is going to be 4 into A, that is 4 into 0.3 into height. Height is 10 meter. So this will give me the perimeter of the pile, and the same thing has been written here. So this is, I am having skin friction resistant. With Fs, I have already calculated from here. This is the Fs. This is skin friction resistance per unit meter run. And this is the value we have got, QP, from here. And this is the area. So adding both the values, I will be getting 1200 kilonewton. दोनों को ऐड करके मेरे पास टोटल बियरिंग कैपेसिटी ऑफ द पाइल आएगा. अब अगर मुझे फैक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी गिवन है, तो मैं उसको डिवाइड करूंगा गिवन वैल्यू से. अदरवाइज आई विल लीव इट देयर ओनली दैट दिस इज द Q ultimate 1200 kilonewton of the pile. So here it is dividing by factor of safety given 3 here. So I will divide it. So I will get 400 kilonewton as the safe bearing capacity of the pile. Any load exceeding this value of 400 kilonewton is over and above and unsafe. तो जो सुपर स्ट्रक्चर से लोड आ रहा है पाइल कैप के ऊपर, और पाइल कैप से वो लोड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो रहा है n नंबर ऑफ पाइल्स में. अगर 9 नंबर ऑफ पाइल्स हैं, 9 4 लेट अस से 3600 किलोन्यूटन लोड आ रहा है, उसको हम 9 से डिवाइड करते हैं तो 400 किलोन्यूटन लोड आएगा. दैट मींस 3600 किलोन्यूटन तक वो सेफ है. As soon as the static load increases beyond 3600, it becomes unsafe. So we won't be going as per 1200, we will be going as per 400 factor of safety is given to us. Now the next question, a square concrete pile 35 centimeter into 35 centimeter is driven into a homogeneous sand layer. Phi is given to us and gamma is given to us. So I will share with you today after the lecture a couple of 7 to 8 pages of a book. Please go through it in a very concise form. Very good things are given corresponding to Meyerhoff's methods and other methods in a concise form. Not a detailed discussion is there. For a depth of 10 meter, calculate the ultimate load. Use Meyerhoff's method. So here we have to use the Meyerhoff method, which is straight away directly given into the question. Take K is equal to 1.3 and delta is equal to 18 degree. So before moving on to the onto the numerical, I have tried to explain some of the salient parameters or concept of the Meyerhoff's method because this is the way I am doing it in this particular subject. So for Meyerhoff's methods, QP, that is the point bearing resistance, increases with depth of embedment, dB, in bearing stratum, reaches maximum value at embedment ratio D upon B critical, as we have seen yesterday also. So we have initially find out D upon B critical. From here, and then we have corresponding to phi, we have found out D upon B critical value, and for a homogeneous soil, dB is depth D of the pile, but in case dB is small, that is it is not being penetrated into the soil to a larger depth, in a small into bearing stratum. That means bearing stratum is very up close to the ground surface. In that case, dB is less than D. Beyond a critical value, that is D upon B critical value, QP remains constant equal to Q limiting. Now Q limiting is a value which is required to be defined. QP, as we have just discussed the other day, here we have seen that beyond this particular point, it is coming down here till here. But beyond this, it is constant. So the same thing has been documented here, but it is again a coefficient has been introduced, Q limiting. अगर आपकी वैल्यू Q लिमिटिंग से ज्यादा आ रही है तो आप उसको कंसिडर नहीं करोगे QP को, पॉइंट बेयरिंग रेजिस्टेंस, then you will consider only Q limiting. Critical ratio D upon B CR depends upon soil friction angle phi. As we can see, we have seen that it is varying with phi only here. Will be found out using the chart that is D upon CR versus NQ. So in case we have got other NQ is also involved. Now there are two conditions here. In some of the questions you will not find NQ value. You will only be finding phi value. So if you have got phi only, then you can only find out the critical depth using this particular graph, because you don't have NQ. If you are able to find out NQ somehow, then you can use this particular chart, where you will be having an interpretation that phi is equal to 30 degree. It is coming here. Now, interpolating it, you can go here and you can find out NQ value. But you cannot find, if you have got NQ also, let us say you are having 10 as the NQ. So it is a kind of interpretation. Now it actually, I want to tell you that it all depends upon the given values into the question. After NQ being evaluated, for phi is equal to 30 degree, we have come here for, we have got C here, and we can come critical depth for 2.46, let us say 2.5. We have been able to interpret this. And after NQ is being evaluated, determining point of resistance QP as, this is the overall QP, which is AP into Q bar NQ, which should be less than AP into Q limiting. So QP is AP is common. AP is common both the sides. So it should be Q. If you calculate only Q bar NQ, it should be less than QL. No need to put a area of the point bearing into the formula, where Q limiting is 50 times NQ tangent phi. So Q limiting you can find out using 50 times NQ tangent phi. NQ you have evaluated from here. Tangent phi. Phi is given to you into the question. So this becomes your limiting value. Now there is an arrow which is showing upward. This is an explanation of Meyerhoff's method. Once NQ has been decided, special condition in Meyerhoff's method. In case penetration sequence is from loose sand layer to dense layer for depth less than 10 times B, the point resistance is given by this particular formula, where QP is equal to Q limiting plus, that is in intermediate layers. आपने जो ओवरबर्डन स्ट्रेस निकाला है उसको हम, अगर आपके पास 3 लेयर्स गिवन है और it is 2 layers are there, when it is a penetration sequence is, it is from loose sand layer to dense layer. So it is, as they have used only two numbers, Q2 and Q1. Accordingly, it is going to vary. Presently, it is for 2 layers only. So Q2 minus Q limiting. That is the limiting value for both the layers into the dB, the depth of penetration, divided by 10 times the diameter if it is a circular pile. It should also be less than Q limiting 2, that is the final bottom bearing strata layer. And where QL1 is limiting unit point resistance of the loose sand. इसमें QL1 जो लिखा है, 1 is always, 1 means जो ऊपर वाली लेयर है और 2 means जो नीचे वाली लेयर है. Of loose sand. So how to find out the limiting, Q limiting for 1 and 2? So for loose sand it is going to be 50. अगर जेनेरिक फॉर्मूला की बात करें, लेट अस से अगर आपके पास दो लेयर नहीं है, नियर ऑफ में ओनली सिंगल लेयर है, सो इट विल बी 50 NQ टेंजेंट 5. इसमें NQ1 और NQ2 नहीं आएगा, सिंपली इट विल रिमेन 50 NQ टेंजेंट 5. NQ आपने यहां से निकाल लिया है, NQ आपने यहाँ पे निकाल लिया है, और 50 कोफिशिएंट है और 5 आपको गिवन है. सो 50 NQ टेंजेंट 5 जो यहाँ पर गिवन है, that is for the single layer. Now using this you can find out the Q limiting which should be used. If अगर इससे कम वैल्यू आपकी यहाँ पर आ रही है Q की वैल्यू, then that is going to be used. In case soil plug is used, now there is a question, अगर पाइल के बॉटम में सॉइल प्लग यूज हुआ है, सर्कुलर उसका एरिया है, तो सॉइल प्लग का जो एरिया है दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड. इट शुड बी कंसिडर्ड एज पार्ट ऑफ पाइल फॉर कैलकुलेशन ऑफ एपी, दैट इज द पॉइंट बेयरिंग जो हम यहाँ पर यूज करेंगे. एपी जो है आपका मल्टीप्लाई होगा क्यू लिमिटिंग के साथ. एक तो आपके पास पॉइंट का खुद का एरिया हो गया, बट अगर उसके ऊपर सॉइल प्लग है, सो उसका एरिया कंसिडर होगा, पॉइंट बेयरिंग एरिया पाइल का कंसिडर नहीं होगा, बिकॉज इट इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टू बी मोर देन दैट. नाउ डिटरमिनेशन ऑफ QS सिंपली एज वी हैव डन अर्लियर, हमने पहले जैसे पहले वाले न्यूमेरिकल में हमने किया है, इट इज गोइंग टू रिमेन सेम. So this formula we all actually remember. This is a common formula which we have used earlier also several times. K into sigma V into tangent delta. K is the coefficient we know. It is here it is not given. So we can use, okay, it is given K is equal to 1.3. And delta is also given as 18 degrees. So it can simply be find out. The only thing which is left to be find out is sigma V bar. Overburden stress. Here we have got a homogeneous sand layer, phi is equal to 17 for a depth of 10 meter. Calculate the ultimate load. So we can also use the single layer. So similarly, as we have done yesterday, we will try to find out the area and then. So today I will finish this class here. Okay, students, I will be leaving you for the time being. Tomorrow again we will meet early in the morning, 10:20 a.m.